All right. We're back, Rob. We are back with Fit to Serve. I am Frank Seppi with Robert Wilkins and our special guest, Chef Rush is also back. He's going to tell us all the amazing things that are going on. He is now a bona fide superstar.
Yes. Yeah. Good to see you again, Frank and Chef. Thanks for taking the time to help us with our podcast here and be a guest. We're one of our favorite guests and always get a great response from the audience. But you have a whole lot going on since the last time we spoke to you. So again, thanks again for making the time to spend with Frank and I before you head to your big trip, which Frank will ask you about. But so this is a brand new announcement. I think this is the first time you've announced publicly, but you've recently signed with one of the A-list superstars, movie stars, comedians in Hollywood, none other than Kevin Hart.
Wow.
Congratulations on that. That's big news. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, first off, I'm extremely humbled, but I know Kevin Hart, for a little while now, just in reference and whatnot. And I was did my show with Gordon Ramsay. I did Master Chef. I've also done Disney, and I have some other shows that's actually coming up as well. And so I'm trying to do this crossover, with fitness and bodybuilding and pay homage to all of them at the same time. But I also like to laugh, so I do a lot of things that's funny. I love kids, so that's where that comes in with Kevin Hart, because he's actually also a big, huge supporter of the military, right? Which, for me, anything that I can do, I'm always going to bring in that military perspective, also that fitness perspective, which he is also a very deep fitness guy as well, right? So had a meeting a little while ago, and it was like, let's combine forces. Let's find out how we can get this cooking, this comedy come together, and kind of gave me carte blanche to kind of do my thing and do a think tank and deep dive. So I want to do that. Hopefully it's going to be this year, which it will be this year, but I want to bring something special. But anything I always bring to the table, if you guys know, it's going to have a meaning and a cause with it, even if it's a comedy thing or whatever it may be. I don't want to make it seem forced. I just want it to be natural. So I'm very humbled by that.
So how did all this come about, though? Like, were you following Kevin Hart? Was his team following you? Did you bump into each other in the gym or something like that? But how did it all come apart or come together?
You know what? He has one of my coins on his desk, and it's like, keep pushing, the challenge coins, and it says a lot about if you're doing the right thing on social media, people are gonna notice you. Yeah, regardless of the fact. A lot of people do a lot of things that get a lot of attention, and like I said again, people force it. But if you're doing things that people can relate to, and it just brings on that same type of energy, and then people just say, I want to be connected to that person. And with me, I have different layers. I have different layers that I keep showing on social media, on TV, and I can go left and right, up and down. I can do all those different things. And we've been talking about it for a while, but it just didn't align because I had Chef Ramsay, and I had this, and I had that. And now I just kind of cut ties with everyone, and here we are.
You have so many different media ventures, but if someone hasn't gone to your Instagram, you are hilarious. You are funny, man. Like your content is funny. Like, is there a piece of content that you watch yourself and be like, wow, that's hysterical. Like it made you even laugh? Because there's certain pieces that I see and I'm like, there's just one thing I just keep laughing over and over. Things you've done with Blessing, right?
Blessing, oh man,
Blessing
blessing.
and stuff. They're awesome. I love them. Is there one piece of content where you just like you watch and you laugh every time you see it?
I like comedy, content to me is the evolution. Someone come up with an idea, like for instance, Blessing, we do this stuff with Muscle Tech. He came down twice, and we clicked so well together that we just anything we did just married together, and that's what it's all about. Not
Yeah.
trying to force it again, but being organic. And I laughed my butt off, especially about the Bad Boys episode with Jerome, and also just bumping into him, and the things I've done with my other content guys. I'm just getting off a plane, and I was with them and being nominated at the Screamies, for best content, for a duo, which is amazing for the first time, just doing it for a few months. it's very humbling that people see what you do, and what I also notice is that with me, with literally 90% of the people that I've done content with, my engagement as their most popular is always me in it. So that means a lot. 700 million, 500 million, 600 million views. It says a lot. I'm not trying to, pat myself on the back about it, but I know good content. I want some that I want to, like you just said, I want to be able to laugh at myself. If I laugh at myself, I know I'm good. I want to force, I'm like, it sucks, but I know I can be funny.
Well, people look at you and they're like, wow, he's a big dude. He must be serious. And then you come out with these, and it's just hysterical. So I think they're expecting one thing,
Yeah,
but you go
that's
like,
true.
and then they're getting another thing. And then in another clip on your page, you'll have something where you're being serious and you're talking motivation and stuff, or inspiring kids. So all collectively, it just shows the different tiers of you and how real you are. Because some people are just one way the whole, like, if they're a comedian, they're one way. But you have
Yeah.
many different, like, what was that movie, Shrek? You have many layers like an onion.
Yeah. I got the green on, so shit.
And in addition to what you got going on there with the comedy show or with Kevin Hart, you're also staying close to the military by your recent endorsement deal with Muscle Tech. So can you tell us a little bit more what's happening with the Muscle Tech? What is Muscle Tech looking to do with the military community and using you as their spokesperson within our military community?
So for this year, we want to deep dive. Muscle Tech. I love them just because they're like family, and that was the most important part about me. And we talked about this a long time ago, which I've had a lot of brands come at me, and I was just like, no, no, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Energy feeds energy on that part. But when I talk to them, and go way back when, but now they're like, we want to get involved with the military, right? That was one of the key words to say that first off the top, not just talk about it, but they want to be about it. And even now, we're going to do a deep dive where we're going to go in, like you said, they're doing a lot of third party testings. We have the other people with the DoD, with the military, with kids, with health, and all these different things that people kind of don't even talk about. And I'm glad that we're going into third party testing. It's going to separate the real from the fake. That's just that's just the truth of the matter. A lot of people are going to be butthurt and upset because it's not going to be the results that they thought they're going to be, and that's a good thing because we need that this day and age, especially since so much has happened and that's happening. And with Muscle Tech, one of the first foundations is always going to be with the military and also going along with the kids and also with empowerment and doing so many things. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to get with the guys there, and I'm just it's gonna kill it. I'm really really excited about that for this year.
A lot of,
Yes, and
okay, bro. Shoot.
thank you in advance too, and for your past donations to the Honor Guard. You've been able and kind enough to provide us things for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, the Old Guard there, Arlington Cemetery, and we have some other opportunities that we've sent your way and that you're sending us these samples for. So we really really appreciate it, and we're looking to do some big things this year. So thanks to you and Muscle Tech for supporting our troops.
No, they've been great for that, and I appreciate that.
So now a lot of people are going to miss you here in the States. There's a lot of big shows going on and events, but you're heading to Korea, right?
Yeah, I
What's going on
know.
in Korea?
Yeah, I'm just getting off a plane. I'm going to Korea. I'll be there for a month. I'm doing two Netflix shows. I'm doing some
Wow.
appearances. I'm doing another show. I'm recreating some of their dishes, which I'm humbled by. And they asked me to stay there for 2.5 months, but I don't have that much equity. So I'm gonna give them a month, and that's gonna be even hard, right? But I love the culture. I love integrating with different people and how they live and the respect and just giving it. And I've been there last year. I went there 5 times already. Last time I was there was in December, and now they already invited me back to do some shows and do some other stuff. And it's crazy because it just shows you how someone who pays homage or that respect to another culture, how they accept you. You look at me, I'm a big guy. I'm also a little bit darker. I speak no I speak no Korean whatsoever. And they love me there. And I love them equally the same.
Korean barbecue is pretty good.
Woo. Real Korean, yeah, that's the real Korean barbecue. Here, not so
Not the
much.
same.
I should go to a couple places, but yeah, that's the real Korean barbecue.
So while you're there, are you going to be working with some Korean chefs? Do you have cooking opportunities that you do there, or do you get to meet some of like their movie stars and hot athletes and people who are making Korean culture move and shake, like they're influencers there in their own country?
So I've been on the biggest podcast. I met all of the biggest influencers there. I'll be with the movie stars. I'll be doing things with the chef. One of the shows is, so people don't know that in Korea, like Netflix pays more attention to Korean shows because they go viral easily. You know,
Mhm.
like Squid Games or a
Yeah.
Physical 100. And Koreans, and I've filmed with them before. They're no joke. I mean, they're like bam, bam, bam. We do things right. I sang Korean for a Yu-Gi-Oh, a travel commercial, and you could have sworn I was Korean. They were auto tuning. I was T-painting.
Is your cookbook popular in Korea right now? Because I know you're working on another book, right? Cookbook
I'm
right now.
working.
But is it
I'm working.
popular in?
I'm working on my cookbook right now.
Yeah.
So my memoir that I already have out, call me Chef Dammit, this one. But I'm doing that one now. But everything what's crazy is it's always about, of course, loving the coach and whatnot, but it's also about integration,
Mhm.
integration of product. I just changed one of the main, it's called Army Stew. It's a Korean dish that's popular from Vietnam, from um what was it, Vietnam
Korean
War?
War?
Korean War.
Oh, wow.
I was from the Korean War, where the Koreans used to go and eat the leftovers that the GIs left,
Oh,
and they
wow.
made a stew. It was just like a mixing pot. So now it's extremely popular, and the owner of it has over 300 stores or something, restaurants around, and he sanctioned me to change it for that. And
Wow.
so I did the whole part, which is very humbling because you think about a Korean dish and you touch it, it's like, whoa, whoa, I don't want to do that. No, they loved it 1,000,000%, and so now they're pushing out all over Korea.
Wow. I was barbecuing last summer. I sent my chicken to Chef Rush, and he said, "That's some dead ass chicken."
Dead. Sorry, it was dead like a doorknob.
Cooking is a talent. People
Well,
understand.
so chef, so you were in Miami this morning. You got to California. That's why we're really humbled and thank you very much for getting us, in that tight window. But besides you leaving for Korea tomorrow, don't you launch a new clothing line tomorrow?
Oh,
I do have a cool. I do have a new clothing line. I almost forgot about that. I,
Right.
I got a whole stack of it back here. ChefRushClothing.com. I'm gonna announce it tomorrow. It's coming out, pushing out. I've never had.
You've already announced it right here on Fit to
Oh,
Serve.
I did it. It's announced. So I have the clothing line.
Frank, I told you he was in the army.
listen, I'm cutting the sleeves off of all that Chef Rush stuff. I'll be wearing it in the gym. When it goes, is it live? When it goes live, I'm gonna buy
Oh,
it.
that's
You
funny.
go first.
It's actually live right now.
I'm buying it, but I'm telling you, I'm cutting the sleeves off.
That was the exact purpose of this podcast, is to have a good laugh because no, but finish your story there, chef.
I forgot what I was gonna say now.
What kind of clothing
You're
you?
launching tomorrow.
So I'm launching tomorrow, and it just has a bunch of inspirational quotes. One of my gym is my therapy. Session complete. The whole part of it is all about having a movement. You know what I'm saying?
Go Air Force.
You go, yeah, go somewhere for us. We joke around, but I absolutely love the Air Force. Air Force is like one of my favorite branches, to be
Right.
honest.
Is it
Uh,
clothing men and women, kids, or?
oh yeah, men, women, and kids, I wanted to go all encompassing and go all out. I went to see you guys the website for it just so you can see it because, like I said, it's actually fully functioning. But I'll just announce it tomorrow. I did it, and I finally came up with it. But what I wanted to do was also, like I said, everything has to have a cause. So
Sure.
a lot of 10% of all of the proceeds I'm going to put to one of the charities, or give back to the kids. I have my own nonprofit as well, but I do more for other nonprofits that are meaningful, especially when it comes to kids, diversity or underprivileged kids, or trying to bridge that gap between military and kids, and bringing in other people to do things, and even giving out scholarships. So that's one of the things that I'm real big and true on, because I never had that opportunity, and I know where I came from and how hard it was. And I don't want other people to think that this is the way it's going to be their entire time and not have faith or hope or any time of spirits with that.
Now, look, Chef Rush is a really good guy. Stop asking him for free gear. He's not giving you any clothes. 10% goes to charity. Buy the shirt. I'm going to buy one and I'm going to rock it on Muscle and Fitness and my pages, but I
I
am cutting the sleeves
appreciate
off of it. But
that, bro.
people think, we get these things for free. They cost money and they're for charities and stuff. So please, please, please buy it and support the chef. If you're a fan of the chef, don't ask him, buy it.
That's right.
Damn it. Oh, can I say that? No. Oh, anyway.
Yeah,
You look good in that shirt.
but
I
chef,
gotta cut the sleeves off of this soon too.
No, no, no. That looks good just like that. Don't cut the sleeves over that one. You popping.
chef, with all the great things that you have going, I think, since I've been able to go around with you for the last 5 to 6 years, tell us the influence that you have on from people who don't look like you to young kids, and what that means to you, because I've seen, I actually think you got sick because you waited in line and stayed in line so long because it was hours and hours and hours, and your immune system was run down, but you wanted to make sure you said hi and welcomed every single person who wanted to meet you, and what that means. And what I also think was really important is to see how important it is that these kids get a chance to meet you, because you might be the only person who served in the military they've ever met.
Mhm.
And so that's such a great way for them to meet somebody who has served our country, be it military, firefighters, first responders, but a person who has served our country. I think those are the real American heroes, in my opinion. So what does that mean to you when you get such a great response from people who've been waiting to meet you for some cases hours?
You gave me chill bumps with just even saying that. I was just at Fit Expo, I don't know, just recently,
Mhm.
and I set up a booth, and I was humbled because the organizers of it were like, Chef, we thank you so much. We know that you're way above this, and that you're still doing this. But I'm like, it's not about me, it's about them, it's the kids. When I went there this past time, probably like 75% of my audience were kids. They were in school buses that came over. They saw me and they were like, oh my God, they're running over, taking pictures. And this is the crazy part about it. You talk about the military, they talk about the military now, right? In comparison to, let's just say we had another influencer, or if you had another celebrity, if you had another person over there, or even if you saw somebody in the military, but you see me that was in the military, and like, this is a product of the military. He was in the military, he was in Iraq, Afghanistan, 9/11, and this is a product of the military. They're like, Chef, I want to be like you. And I'm like, no, be better than me, because I'm just giving you the blueprint for that part to start where I stopped. And it is humbling because I can truly say right now, at this point, since I've known you, Rob, and it's been, 5 or 6 years, if I was going tomorrow, I know what my legacy is and was. I know what I left on my footprint, on my blueprint, my stamp on this world, on who I've helped, how I've helped, because I don't have to talk about it. I'm up 24/7 all the time. I know people say, oh, Chef, you don't. No, I don't, because I'm helping, I'm doing, I'm always traveling. And some people say, Chef, you got to slow it down. And I know I do eventually, and it'll come. I don't know when. And my body, I've gotten sick a lot of times because I'm just there waiting, standing, and every person is the first person. Every kid is the
Mhm.
only kid. And that's the way I want them to feel, and that's the way they make me feel.
Chef, does anyone ever ask you, like, basically, how do you, like, you have such a busy schedule, how do you stay in shape, and what does your diet or nutrition look like? I mean, you're always traveling all over the world, and like, at what point and how many times a week do you work out?
Oh man, all the time. People ask me that, how do you keep it? I was just in Miami, and one of the guys, he got into this fitness tip while we were filming, and I wrote out a whole program for him. I gave him all the stuff he should be doing, how he should be doing it, and everything. And he just, I do it, and I don't have a choice. I
Mhm.
don't keep my macros. I don't do any other stuff. I don't have that lifestyle. None of that is real to me. It doesn't happen like that. You know what I mean? So I have
Mhm.
to be able to provide. Like you, I, Rob, we know our bodies. We know when to go, how to go, what to do, when to do it, and so forth. Me, I've been doing it so long, and I have a foundation, and I'm an endurance trainer with muscle memory that when I do work out, I'm a beast at working out. But I know realistically, I cannot sustain that doing um, meal prepping and going here and going there. I can't do that. I just have to make up for it as I go throughout the day. And when I work out to failure when I do it. And I don't do any heavy weights anymore. Maybe like 315 or 405 a little bit, but I don't do crazy stuff. I do a lot of reps, reverse, and I do a lot of muscle confusions. I do a lot of just concentrations. I just do a lot of different things just to keep it going.
There's a big mental component to working out, especially, so many people have issues in the military too and going through it. Do you ever talk about the mental component? It's not always about the physical, but the actual working out. There's nothing, for me, there's no better mental therapy than working out. Because I know after 2 days, if I don't work out, forget it. I work out every day. If I miss a day, it's over. So talk about how that can help somebody. Yeah.
No, it's all mental. I'm gonna stop 1 second. My computer's gonna cut off, so I'm gonna plug it up in. I've been on the road all day. I don't want to cut off on you guys.
Rob, what's behind you? The two flags and what is that metal? Oh, the Yankees. All right, Rob.
Yeah,
Yeah, Yankees
yes.
behind you. Okay,
And the other
cool.
one's President's Council.
I found your coin that you gave me probably 6 or 7 years ago. The
Oh
President's
yeah?
Council coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah,
What coin? Rob's coin?
yeah.
Oh,
If you,
I got some new coins coming, Rob. Also,
You have new coins coming.
I had new coins coming.
Oh,
Also,
nice. Good.
yeah.
you know what? I'll wear it with the sleeveless shirt. But
There you go.
yeah, we're talking about the mental component, like how it can help, how
But,
working out and physical activity can help people.
I said something to someone the other day. Said, "Oh, your store's always physical." No, it's not all physical. It's not body and mind. It's mind and body. People's like,
Mhm.
"No, no, we're gonna get out that body and mind. We're gonna go back to mind and body. We're gonna go back to body and mind." I'm like, no, you
Mhm.
can't go back to like, well, we're gonna get them in the gym. How do you think they're getting there? It's mental. You got to get there first. You're not waking up with them. You're not pulling them out of the bed saying, "Get up." You're not calling them every day, making
Right.
sure they're doing that. They have to do that themselves. I know that for a fact because it's still a mental component to me every day, right now, tomorrow, every second. I am fully aware of that. I tell people if you don't have your mental, nothing else works. Your work, relationships, your family, your kids, your life, working out, none of that happens. You have to have your mind right first. I don't care how tough you are, how big you are, say what you've done. And you think about that because that's the word with PTSD or PTS, or you think about our military guys who are going through those battles in their heads, which is a disadvantage because we fought, we did everything we possibly could do, and now we have this thing that's stigmatized, and people look at us differently, and so now we try to hide it. Or guess what else happens? It explodes into the worst of the worst. Like I told you the last time with my daughter, with her stepdad, it comes out in the worst of the worst, and that's why it takes people's with them, and we don't count that, and unfortunately, in the military. So
Mhm.
we have to have that mental perspective to get everything going before we can do anything else.
Yep.
So when you were just talking about PTS or PTSD, you recently did a campaign with USAA. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? What that was all about? Where was it shown, and what's the goal with the campaign?
So the USA campaign, face to fight, we face to fight together, and there was a suicide awareness campaign that USA put together that's still going for the next 5 years, for 41 million dollars. And they're not trying to reinvent the wheel. They're doing grants and having it vetted to make sure that people are doing the right thing to rim it up. But that was near and dear to me because that was right after my daughter had passed and her brothers. And it came at the right time because I went to the Chamber of Congress, I went to National Press, I went to the White House. I talked everywhere, and to be a representative of them speaking for that says everything. That was right after the 100th anniversary, and they've been amazing about it. WeFaceTheFight.org, which is still going on now, which is, you can get all information you need about it. It's one of those things where you say, call the 800 number. It's not like that. People say it all the time. It's like, what do you do? Just tell them to call a number.
Mm.
No, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to talk, and I'm going to do whatever I can for ever how many minutes I can, because you never know when you save a life. How many people, Rob, you said it earlier, would mean just answering them because I'm Chef Rush, you have no it compared to somebody else, compared to just a regular person. But me as a celebrity, answering them and saying this to them, it literally changes their lives, changes their mindset, changes their perspective. It saves their lives. So that's everything to me. So that's why I'm so grateful for USAA. I've done the Cancer Society, I've done the other people with it, and now I'm actually even partnering with guns.com to bring awareness about safety and control. And I'm humbled about that because they're big into the military as well. And I want to put that perspective in and not have that stigma where they think it's just bam, 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 this is what you do. Because the truth of the matter, they're not going anywhere. Nothing's going anywhere. But also things are getting a lot worse. I need you to know about your protection, what you need to do for you, your family, your kids, and for yourself. It's all about that whole perspective of it. And it's all about knowledge base. A knowledge base is everything in the world today.
Mm. Now you're someone who has a ton of energy. You got so
Sorry?
many things to do, so many things going on and this and that. What do you take for energy, or like, are you a coffee drinker, a supplement, or you have your own supplement? Like, what do you do for energy? Because
You know,
you're 24/7. Like,
I do. You know what I do for energy? You want
what?
to see?
Yeah. What is that? You gotta bring out the world's biggest coffee cup.
Pretty much.
Oh, look at that,
Look
Rush.
at that.
That's awesome. I love it.
So what is it? What are the ingredients?
It is no fillers, no anything. It's been done right now. What's crazy thing about this was I'm on the road all the time, and one of the guys that I do business with, I get people send me stuff all the time, and he said to me, "Chef, I want to send you something," and he sent it to me, and it was these couple pills, and I didn't think anything about it, and one day I'm just like running around. I'm up, I don't know how many hours, and I'm like, I need something. I took one of those pills, and I was like, whoa, okay, this is something, right? And so I hit him back up, and I'm like, what was that? I said, he said X, Y, and Z. I said, I want to make it better. And then he introduced me to the chemist who does it, who is this guy who's done, oh my God, he's amazing. He's an Indian guy over in Canada. And I got with him and them and made it clean as possible, literally the cleanest thing that's on the market.
Hmm.
And it just pumps me up. Otherwise, I'm just high for life.
Is it you mix it, or is it pill? What?
It's just a pill. It's
Oh,
just a
pill.
pill.
Okay, cool.
Yep, it's just a pill. So it's hard because this it's going to be a 10 pack. This is a 3 pack sample. I'm gonna give a bunch of samples. I'll send you guys some as well. But it's just I don't know. It's just crazy how things happen. I'm also doing a food company that's coming up. Um, that Jennifer Garner, her partner, got with me recently. So that's gonna be. I'm a protein guy. I always talk about, even when you see me on my videos, protein. Damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I've always been the 1-to-1 guy, but I'm the 1-to-2 guy. So 2 grams of protein for 1 body pound. The 1-to-1, I tell people, is going to start
Yeah.
off doing that because protein builds protein. Protein builds muscle. Muscle's made out of protein. Point blank, nothing else can beat that part of it. But also, it makes it more solid. Like right now, I'm at 270. I'm at 275. Right? I'm a solid guy. People
Yeah.
don't know this. I'm 275. Just like I come through that part of it. It's about my training, it's what I eat, how I eat, and what I do, especially being so active all the time. And I wish I could say, yes, I eat 6 times a day. I do not. I can't. I don't have a choice.
What kind of foods you have? The protein? What was it pancake? What kind of stuff?
Oh, it's meat. I
Oh,
like meat.
meat. Oh, wow.
I do meat. I'm a meat guy. I do meat. I do lean red. I do my fish. A whole salmon, a half a salmon, whatever come in front of me. I'll do my whole chicken easily. Only if I make it. I do them really tender, and I can down one in literally 10 minutes or less. When I do a whole chicken. I think I've done it in front of you a couple times. But
Yeah, that's
it's,
been an adventure to watch you eat all that food. I'm
Can
thinking
I,
there's no way. And
you have a protein pasta for us Italians over here?
You know what? You want to see something? I'm gonna protein pasta. I'll show you something. I got it all, baby. It's burger,
There he is.
spaghetti.
I love it.
What else
Look at
is
that.
right here?
How much protein's in that?
180 grams.
Whoa.
And it's pea pasta. I did it at the Fit Expo. Everybody tried to buy it. This is on my sample. Everybody tried to buy it from me, but it comes from Italy actually, right from Italy. So it's made in the factory at Italy. I can infuse it with glutamine, cardamom, cardamom. I can creatine, anything you want it in, and it's a complete serving of it.
Rob should make the sauce.
And you probably make a sauce, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
amazing with all these products and things. So, do you find a lot of veterans reaching out to you and asking you for advice on business
You know
and
what?
making decisions about business? Because you didn't have this background when I first met you. You were a chef.
I was a chef. I was a chef. I'm still a chef, damn it. But something funny, even just the other day, a matter of fact, I think it was today or yesterday, I get veterans say, "Hey, chef, can you buy my sauce and support a veteran?" And the surprising thing, this was like a E9, and I say to him, I said, "Yeah, I'll support you." I said, "But that's the wrong question to ask Chef Rush. Why would you have ask a person to buy one bottle of sauce on your page that's going to get you $7? What Amazon's going to take half of that? That had a person that has 14 million followers, a person that has all these deals and you see everywhere and so forth, so on, and all you want to do is say, hey, buy a bottle of my sauce to one person. You can do it to every person instead of asking the right question. I know that you've been in the military for 20 plus years or whatever, but you have to have some humility to it. Long story short was he came back, he was like, Chef, I'm sorry. You're completely right. I didn't know what I was thinking about. I didn't think about this. I didn't think about that. I said, you got to think bigger. Don't stop putting yourself in a little bubble. Stop going into the little spot of it, whatever. If you can do something that can get someone to push your things out a lot further, a lot quicker, if you talk about me who's getting millions and millions of views on one thing and have branding deals all over from around, not saying that and supporting veterans, you got to think smarter. You'll be surprised how many, and Rob can attest to this, how many enlisted personnel have no clue about anything. They come out and they think their rank is their mind, their brilliance because of the military. This is not the military when you get out of this. When you transition, your rank means absolutely nothing anymore. It's about what you do, who you inspire, how you inspire, and what you can make happen for yourself. In that period of time. Otherwise, you're going to be a GS7, for another 20 years, and that's not good.
So
Right. And I think they have a lot of discipline. They have a lot to offer, but they have not been used to dealing in the business world. But once they get the opportunity and once they get the shot and the confidence and the knowledge, then they will excel. I foresee a number of veteran-owned companies coming out in the near future because, as Chef said, now they see there's a template in front of them. There's Jocko and there's yourself. Miss America served serving in the Air Force. There's the Torchware. There's templates and models and people that they can see who are serving or have served being successful, where years back you just didn't see that. People retired and they went into kind of the defense industry. Well, now people are going into entertainment. They're going into food. They're going into clothing. So and we're going to feature more of those folks. So that's one of our missions here, is to highlight those veterans, because vets serve vets. And, Frank, coming from a law enforcement background, we're trying to do things that we can help our first responders and military community
Mhm.
improve their lives, provide better resources for the people that are in their circles and their networks, help their businesses grow, because often they hire people who are veterans or law enforcement, so we can help them grow their business. So that's one of our goals here. And that's why we really appreciate you and your time and sharing your knowledge with us, Chef.
No, no, I appreciate you guys immensely. You have no idea, just to be here with you guys, with the energy and what you guys stand for. You and Frank, I mean, I mean, I'm humbled. And when I say that, I really mean it. I want to thank you guys for your service, because I see you all the time, and each as I get a chance, I'm gonna repost you or show it. And I know I'm all over the place, but if I ever get to see anything, I just want to spot what you guys do, how you do it, and how many people you reach, and how many lives you change. So thank you so much.
Sure. And Frank, while we're here, tell the chef about, he probably doesn't know, tell him about your new venture.
Oh yeah, I'm actually going to send it to him. I'm curious if he'll like it. I developed a protein treat, Rice Crispy Marshmallow Crisp rice. That's just, we have it in 4 countries right now. It's just doing extremely well. Took a year and a half to develop, and yeah, it is delicious. Dan Solomon, president of the Olympia, 80s, like, this can't be good for you. There's all natural ingredients in it, 180 calories, 15 grams of protein, 3 net carbs, no sugar alcohols, no uh, gluten free. I mean, it's a really good, healthy bar. So protein, I don't want to call it bar protein treat, but it's doing really well, thank God.
Oh,
So
okay. That's okay. All right. You
yeah,
know me.
yeah,
I can't wait to try this. Congratulations. That's
Frank, how
amazing.
do we get that bar? Is it online? Do you have a link?
it's everywhere. It's sepinutrition.com. Yep. I'm gonna send the chef some.
Say it again. Where is it?
sepinutrition.com.
Let
Yep.
me know so I can get that. So I can, when I taste it, I'm gonna do a review on it, and I'll put the link up there.
Yeah, you text me your the address you want me to send you. I'll send you a box and see what you. If it's as good as my chicken.
I'm quite sure it will be.
Well, you're going to have to send it to Korea there, Frank, because he's going to be gone for quite some time now.
Coming back.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say the shipping. You might as well get on the plane yourself and take it to him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Chef, with all these, things that you have going on, um, another cool thing that, that you and I have discussed is trying to help those folks who are interested in possibly serving in our military.
Mhm.
We tell them more about the military. So when you get back, we're going to look at ways that we can meet people and speak to them about the military, because the military life isn't for everybody. But as you have said before, there is no Chef Rush without the military.
True.
And so many of the experiences and opportunities you have came from the learning and the opportunities that the military provided you, and how we can maybe help recruiters just connect with folks and talk to them about our personal service. I've had a great military career. You've had a great military career, but again, there's others who might not want it. But at least we can share our story. And our country is hurting for military folks. For recruits, we're at the worst we've been in 50 years, and it's not just military; it's firefighters and law enforcement. And recently, I found out even UPS and FedEx are having a hard time because folks are not physically fit. They're not physically fit to get
Wow.
up and down those trucks and carry those boxes. So we need to try to inspire our youth to get in better shape, because the country needs them. So we look forward to doing that project in the near future too.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Well,
I love that.
okay. Well, we'll get a hold after this for the DM question. So stay tuned for that. But thank you, Chef Rush, as always. Amazing. An overnight success, right? That's what they say. He's an overnight success. It takes a
So
lifetime.
they say.
Yeah, it's like, oh, when everyone becomes extremely successful, like, he's an overnight success, like, but really, really, good things happen to good people, and so happy for you and all the projects you have going on. I just, it's amazing, and it's amazing to me that you have the foresight to do good. You're doing good. You want other people to do good, and you're always tying in helping people, which is just extraordinary, because not everybody's built like that. So thank you so much for taking the time for Fit to Serve, and really appreciate it.
I'm fit to serve you guys as well. Thank you. It's
All
an
right.
honor. It's a pleasure always, and I'm always here for you.
Well, thank you, Chef. And again, we remember 6 years ago, we said, I wonder how long this will all last. And here you go. You're really just getting started.
Yes.
Sky's the limit for
Yep,
everyone.
that's right. Thanks, everybody. We'll look forward to seeing you guys next week on another edition of Fit to Serve.
All right. Thanks. Now watch the segue into this. You ready? Frank Seppi from Muscle and Fitness answering your DM questions. We are extremely happy to have Robert Wilkins and the amazing Chef Rush with us. And the question we get time and time is about push-ups. Now you're the push-up king. I mean, you do 2,000 push-ups every day for veteran suicide, right? So explain to people how to do a proper push-up and talk about the why you do 2,000 push-ups every day.
So 2,222 push-ups I do a day. I'll caveat and say I kind of take Saturday and Sunday off now because I'm so busy and I got to review. But doing them now, I do 2,222 because 22 vets commit suicide a day. And it's actually not my workout, it's my cause. And I tell people when they think about it as a workout, it becomes a workout. But think about it as a mental stimulation of emotions that could not only for you, your family, your kids, your grandmothers, or people who are not here, people who have passed, or things like that. So that's how I'm driven off of it, and that's why every day is my first day when I do it. But also you got to think about egos. Hurting yourself. Knowledge base is everything because especially men try to get in where they start jerking and doing all this other crazy stuff. And you got your elbows right here. Elbows are important. And when you kind of hit them out all the time and make them pop, or when you lock them out and do it so much, it's going to cause that wear and tear and that build up. And you don't want those cortisone shots. So I'm going to tell you the way I do mine, even starting off. And here's the guys, for honestly, it's not about how many you do, it's about doing it. It's the first step. If you do one, if you're doing two, you're doing 22, it doesn't matter. Push-ups or a full body workout. It's a core workout. It's the whole part of it. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna go up and you're gonna go down. Me, I do TNT. I do always doing attention, time and tension, time and tension. When I'm going down, I go all the way down, but I don't lock out. I won't lock out. I got big arms also. I want to keep going back and forth, especially if you're doing a number like that. I want to go as much as possible. I do 125 for 1776, which also has another meaning, right? And I do that, and I've been doing it for a little while. So I've been doing it. People think I just jumped into it. I can't jump into 2,222 push. It's like
100 push-ups. You
yeah,
can.
exactly. It's like a marathon runner doing, think about David Goggins doing 50, marathon every day for X amount of time and so forth. And they're like, oh, how is that possible? It is possible. I tell people, stop doubting yourself. Because when you doubt somebody else, you're doubting yourself. When you say he can't, she can't, it's you that can't because you don't even try. But I tell people to think about this in a way where, doing the push-ups, not only benefiting on a mental capacity because you're doing it for a reason and a cause, but also in a physical capacity for yourself. You're going to reap the benefits from it, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally, that connection that's going to go along with it because it has a deeper meaning. Think about your kids. It doesn't have to be anything bad. It could be something that's positive. It could be just something you're going to do because I was talking to a guy the other day and he said, I'm in my best health, my best shape and whatnot. And I want that to be true for everyone. But at the same time, you want to look like Frank Zappi in that shirt over there. You want to pop. You want to have Rob Whipkins Air Force shirt on and be like, have your boy, your wife, your girl, or whoever, your spouse, or a stranger, or me, come up and say, "Man, you look good, girl. You've been working out. You look amazing. Keep doing what you're doing." It's all about that motivation and self-awareness for yourself and doing it. Push up is my thing for that motion on that part. Of course, I work out like a beast, but push-ups is what I'm gonna do for my cause and my reason to get everybody doing it. And believe it or not, I am humbled by how many people I see that tell me they started working out because of me, because of the push-ups. They said I started with this big big guys. I started with this, and it just kept going, going, going because I was trying to get to your number. It never happened, but now I know my number because your number doesn't have to be my number. It's
Mhm.
all about you.
Is there a website or something for support?
For support
Pets. Is there a website that people can donate money to or charity? A
for
veteran side?
for very yes, yeah, wefacethefight.org. That's
Oh,
the one I did for the USAA for the military.
okay.
Military Foundation, but it's everyone. Wefacethefight.org. Huge endeavor with it putting in, $41 million over the next 5 years to decrease veteran suicide in half. And that's a big, big statement.
Hmm.
Think
Wow,
about that. And
that's
if you
huge.
think about that number, it is huge, and we
Yeah.
can do it. And I personally, knock on wood, I'm honored and blessed to be able to say I've helped in that endeavor. I've helped tremendously. I've helped even at my lowest. I've helped at my highest. I help when I'm the most successful. I help when I'm the least successful. I helped, and that's what all you have to do is just say you can do it and stop looking at people and saying you can't do that. You don't even try.
Well, there you have it. Chef Rush from Muscle and Fitness, Rob Wilkins, U.S. Air Force. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Perfect.